Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to this brand new masterclass. One of the reasons why you might feel that I'm holding back right now is that every time I went live on my desktop last week for the wealth workshops, just as I was getting into my flow, it kicked whatever happened. Facebook kicked me off my desktop and I had to revert to using my iPad. So I just thought I'd come on, fill a little bit, and I really don't want to have to restart it, because also what was happening is as it kicked me off, I wasn't recording any of it. So I am apprehensive about using Facebook Live on my desktop because of the problems I had with it last week. But so far, it's looking pretty good. So as you come and join me, come and say hi. I'd love to see who's here. I know there was a lot of you very excited about this. I think this is such an essential piece of work. We see so much focus on, let's follow this person who's got a 6-figure business or a 7-figure business. Let's list this person who's going to show me this element of my business. And what I love to do is I love to work with my clients on the whole solution. And that's why with the wealth workshops, we started with money and we started with mindset. These are the foundational pieces. And now it's the next bit. And it's lovely to see so many of you live here. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Helena. Hi, Ruth. Lovely, absolutely lovely to see you here. Let's make this as interactive as possible. I'm warming up now. I'm kind of believing that Facebook's not going to throw me off. And I want to ensure that you get out of this as much as possible. You're rocking up, you're showing me and yourself that you are you want to know what is your pathway to 5K. So, I am a business coach, I'm a mindset and money mindset expert, but I also have that experience of not just growing my own successful and profitable business, but helping and supporting that process, that journey for many of my clients as well. I'm the founder of the 5K Club, and the number of other things that I do. I run live events, which you're going to hear a little bit more about, but I also run masterminds and one-to-one coaching. But the key thing for me is always looking at the whole solution. So certainly for me in my early days when I was struggling to make consistent money in my business, I was spending a lot of time following people who would show me one element that might or may not be the thing that I'm looking for. And what I like to do, let's take the 5K Club as an example, is I like to be really specific about what that place is. It's a place for people who are looking to generate consistent months of income, and for people who understand that you can't just turn it on, that this is a journey, this is something that you have to go on as an individual. You have to grow into the CEO, somebody who can run a business at that level. And that's what I do. I'm kind of anti just investing in one part of the solution. You need all of it. And what I wanted to do today with the Pathways to 5K is to show you at what point, to take you where you are with your business right now. So to accept that, everybody's in a different place, and wherever you are is wherever you are. And there's no right and there's no wrong. And it's about saying, look, this is recognizing that you are right here, right now. And to grow your business, these are the key business areas that you need to be focusing on. And these are the reasons why. And this is the thing that you should be taking out to the marketplace. And that cuts down then on all that noise, all that uncertainty, all that information that's out there, and it helps you as a business owner be able to pinpoint exactly where to focus so that you are enabled to take action. So let me know if that makes sense. So the pathways to the 5K are very much taking you from where you are to where you want to be. And I truly understand that when you are generating consistent months of 5K in your business, that is the point when you want to be looking at scaling it up. And what I love to do is I love to work with clients to get to them to that point, because it's amazing. Everything changes, shifts, and it is absolutely amazing. One of the things that I've put into Live Your Abundant Life just before I came on live, like holding it back as a surprise, is the new resource, which is basically a PDF, which is, you know, for you to use. And within the PDF is the content that I'm going to share with you today. So if you haven't had an opportunity to find that yet, just pop over into Live Your Abundant Life after this masterclass and make sure that you complete it. So just like the wealth workshops last week, this is about you doing the work. Now, I've got something else to share with you before we get into the content, but whilst I'm rabbiting away, one of the things that I'd love to hear from you is, you know, what is your kind of income goal? Are you looking to generate consistent months of income in your business right now? And if you are, what is your kind of desired income goal? That would be really helpful for me to understand who's on this call. Okay, and just for complete clarity, and for those of you who've been doing the wealth workshops with me, you will know this, is that obviously, you know, I'm running a freebie. There is going to be a call to action, and that call to action is my next live event here in York, which is happening on Wednesday, the 9th of October. It's going to be a whole day where you are retreating into the most luxurious surroundings, being the Gray's Court here in York, is kind of nestled in the shadow of the Minster here. You couldn't get more elegant, beautiful surroundings. And the whole point of this day is for you to come out of your business, for you to stop being busy in your business, and for you to actually work on your business with me. So if everything that you've seen and you've heard resonates with you, and you understand from the work that we're going to do this afternoon that actually, yes, you are ready to take that next step, that yes, you are ready to come and work on your business, and you want some accountability and you want me to help you get there, this is a really great event for that. It's, you know, a full day. We'll be looking at mindset. We'll be doing some more, you know, similar exercise to what we did on the wealth workshops, but deeper and more personalised, because obviously you're in the room, so I can deal with who's in the room or what's coming up for you. So I can have lots of opportunities to use NLP and mindset to really create those shifts. And then the second part of the day is like masterminding and ensuring that you walk away from that day with a personalised plan that not only is personalised, but you are able, because your mind is in the right place, and that you are, you know, you are inspired, you are motivated, you are ready to actually take action. And obviously I'll be there to help and support you, to have a look at what's going on, to input into that as well. And it's a really, really cost-effective way of getting to work with somebody at my level. And the entire investment for that day is £150 currently. That ends today. So yes, you know, I did say in the wealth workshops that money likes to, you know, it likes speed and it likes you to take action. So if after today's content you're like, oh my God, I need to work on this, I need to carry on with this, yes, I need the whole solution, not just one element of it, this is an opportunity for you. And if, you know, if you're ready to step into that future version of yourself that says yes to traveling, and yes to maybe even an overnight stay, and yes to coming and working in beautiful surroundings, being, you know, nourished for that entire day so that you can go on and create magic in your business, this is a great opportunity. And unlike me, I've completely failed to pick up the link, but I will come and post it in after this session. But if you've got any questions about that, let me know. So it will go to full price tomorrow. There is a payment plan right now as well, so you can book and secure your seat for just £80. So let's have a look. So Melissa says, I'm a seasonal brand, so I don't expect to do the same every month. I set summer and winter targets and currently 1 to 2 months sales per month. Brilliant, that's great. And then Helena's said that her income goal is 5K. Brilliant. Okay, so let's move into today's content then. So for me, I first created this content for the members of the 5K Club because you walk into any membership club and there's a wealth of information, isn't there? And it can feel really, really overwhelming. So what I wanted to do with my clients is firstly recognize that everybody's in a different situation. And oh, hi Lisa, lovely to see you. So everybody's in a completely separate situation, different situation. We're all earning different amounts of money. So what I created for my guys were the 3 pathways, kind of taking you where you are to where you want to be, with that end goal of generating consistent months of 5k. And I chose 5k because it is quite an inspirational, aspirational piece for people to get to. But also, I understand as a business owner who generates 5k plus in her business every month, that I understand that actually when you get to that point, you are ready to scale your business, and it's quite a different place that you're in. So there are 3 pathways, and we're going to start off with the first pathway. And this is for you if you are currently generating between like nothing and 1k a month. So again, there's no judgment here. You are where you are. So this is for you if you are, either kind of early out of the blocks, you kind of new to business, or perhaps you've been, for whatever reason, you've had to take a little bit of a breather in your business, or you've kind of got to that position where you've been in business for a little while and you haven't been able to nudge yourself into the next income bracket. And I really wanted to kind of pull out what, at this point, you could be, when you're new to business, there's so much information around, you could do a bit of everything, couldn't you? But you'd get so distracted and overwhelmed, you wouldn't actually take any action. And for me, it's all about the action that you take. And if you've been generating this income for a little while now, it's really suggesting that perhaps your focus is scattered, and what you need to do is really hone down into a couple of business strategies that's really going to make a difference. So the pathway where you are currently generating kind of 0 to 1k a month it's all about focusing on your message and your visibility. You want to be going out there and being consistent with your message. So it's about your vision. It's about ensuring that your business vision is as big and juicy as you can possibly make it, and really make it very inspirational, so that when you do naturally hit those bumps in the road, that actually your vision pulls you back. And your vision is the thing that runs throughout your business. It runs throughout your messages, that people understand that you, as the expert in your field, this is what you are making a clear stand for. So your vision is absolutely essential in the early days, in the early stages of your business. And that, as I said, builds through into your brand, that builds into then your visibility and your messaging. And a key kind of business strategy for you in this area is about your visibility, it is about your reputation, and it is about you building authority. Let me know if that makes sense then, for those people who are in that kind of pathway. This is also about you having a really clear strategy about growing your audience. And it isn't just about your online audience, because as we all know, that this online audience is very fickle. It doesn't belong to us. Sometimes the technology fails. This is about you growing your email audience that you can then manage, that you can communicate with, and you have much more control over your email list than you do of your social media list. So one of the kind of key business strategies for you is about building authority through your freebie. So whatever your freebie is, you want to be, going out there, even if you don't have a budget for Facebook ads, but you want to be going out there with your content, with a call to action for people to, to download, to kind of engage with that freebie. And if you are kind of new to selling, it's one of the great ways to get really comfortable with selling, because, with your freebie nowadays, with the amount of volume of people who are in the online world, is that it's a really great opportunity to practice selling, because you do need to sell your freebie. You need to really be very passionate about it and be really clear about why somebody would download this for you. And it's also about ensuring that whenever we're creating content, whether it's a freebie or a message or something, or a live or something like that, it's about ensuring that you stand out from the crowd. And that comes back to your vision, doesn't it? That comes back to, what makes you different. And that's quite a key piece to this. And that often evolves as well. So even if you've done that work for a little while, really make sure that you're clear about why you were rocking up in the world, what you're making a stand for, who your soulmate clients are, and what your key messages are, and how you are different. If everybody else is going in one direction, you definitely want to be going in the other direction, most definitely. And then one of the other key kind of business strategies is mindset. In this particular pathway, it's not going to be no surprise that mindset's going to run through all three pathways, but particularly here, this is where you are vulnerable. This is where you are getting knocked down. This is where you receiving your no's from people, and this is where your sales are maybe fluctuating. You're probably getting more no's than you are yeses. So your mindset is absolutely crucial here. One of the key things that you need to keep kind of programming yourself about is that the mistakes that you were learning here are absolutely essential so that you learn and you evolve and you move forward. So making mistakes are good at this point, because it's going to teach you so much about what doesn't work for you, what doesn't work for your audience, so that you can make those tweaks and you can move forward. Now, in terms of this particular pathway and thinking about what product to take out into the marketplace, again, we are saturated with messages from people saying, do a group offer, do a membership, do this, do that. Right now, if you have an online business that's similar to mine, let's say, you would want, and you are generating 0 to 1K a month, you want to be focusing on your one-to-one work. That makes it really simple, doesn't it? Your one-to-one work. And that's why building your authority, building your message is absolutely key. The more one-to-one clients you can do, the deeper the work that you can achieve, the greater case studies, testimonials, like reputation you will achieve through these one-to-one clients, who will also teach you so much about what they need, which will help you in the future when you decide to do a group program. So let me know if you've got any questions about that first pathway. Let me know if there's any surprises in there. Now, if you have a more product-based business, if it's different from a business that looks like mine, this is where you are probably doing a lot of the selling yourself. This is probably where you were doing everything in your business, and that's just where you are. And this is probably a time when you are throwing a whole load of time and energy into your business, and it's just ensuring that you have a way to ensure that you can do that consistently. So, taking care of yourself, maybe getting people to do some aspects that they can do for you for free. It's really about accepting that when you have more of a product-based business and it's just you in the business selling it, that this is a time when you are likely to be, it's likely to be very busy, very consuming. And you be consistent with this, and you will soon leave that stage behind and move into the next pathway, which we're going to talk about now, which is where you are generating consistently. Again, remember, we're talking about consistent months of income. So where you're consistently generating 1 to 2K a month in your business. So when you're at this level, you are kind of shifting gear. Yes, you probably still want to do some of your one-to-one work, but now you've been in business for a little while, you've got some experience, you understand a little bit more about the things that you love to do. You've maybe worked with some one-to-one clients which was like, holy hell, don't want to ever do that again. And that's brilliant, because you learn that you don't want to do it. So you are shifting gear. This is like a shift in your mindset as well. This is about accepting that you're generating more money, and it's good, and it's what you want, and you're comfortable with that. It's also about kind of getting comfortable with launching and selling, and it's quite different selling one-to-one to selling to a group. So it's kind of accepting that you are shifting gear. It's exciting. You've got a brilliant foundation. You're generating 1 to 2K a month. And this is probably the point when you want to be thinking about maybe your first group offering, even if it's just a low level, maybe it's just an offering where there isn't any support. Maybe it's just a, really, we call them in the 5K club, we call them like hell yes offers, where people just go, God, of course I'm going to pay for that. It's amazing. It's like really high quality, but it's a really low income. So, maybe that is your starting point. And the kind of key strategies that you want to be focusing on here is definitely your mindset, and more your money. As more and more money is coming into your business, it's becoming, and as you stepping up and as you're shifting gear, and as you're moving towards generating more money and through maybe group programs or courses or whatever you decide to do, is that the money aspect becomes even more crucial for you to work on, because you want to stop working so frigging hard. You want to start to kind of leverage your results, start to work a little bit smarter, and you want to ensure that any potential money blocks that you have, that you're actually working on releasing those. It's also a time when you are focusing on deeply nurturing your audience. You are likely to have people who've been in your audience for a period of time. Maybe they've been in your audience for 6 to 12 months. So it's like, what can you do to take them even further with you? Perhaps it's about running a challenge, a webinar, a masterclass. Maybe it's about running something where you get a group of people together. You're talking about an area that you're an expert about that's linked to your next launch. And this is something else that you want to start to focus on, is understanding how to launch and how to sell as gracefully as possible. And as I said, probably the crucial time to start looking at a group offering, because we understand that when we're working one-to-one, there's only so many hours in the day that you can actually do that. And if you're looking to leverage your results, you're looking to leverage what you can actually do in terms of who you can work with. Again, if you've got more of a product-based business, if you're generating 1 to 2K, and I think Melissa said that's where she is now, this is maybe a time when you can start to look at bringing people into your business to support you. So this is, I always go back to Amanda Monaghan, who's got this amazing business here locally in York called Papakata. It's like a TP hire company, and kind of the short version of it is, it was her and her husband running the business. It became ever so successful, and it wasn't really kind of what they wanted. They wanted more of a lifestyle business, so they kept bringing in more and more staff into the business, thinking that they would get more free time. But actually what happens, and this is why it's relevant to somebody like Melissa, is that what happens is that when you bring more staff in, is there's more energy put into your business, so they immediately start to generate you more results. So when you're generating 1 to 2K and you're ready to take that next step forward, this is probably a time to actually bring some support into your business so that you can start to work smarter. You can start to leave behind those crazy months or years where you've been working flat out, and actually start to step up and really feel like the CEO of your brand, so that you can actually move forward. Okay, so has anybody got any questions about the second pathway? I'd imagine that a lot of you probably feel as if you fall into this. And this might be the first time you've seen this information displayed or spoken to you about like this, and it might be causing you some resistance. Like, well, I'm like fairly new to business and generating hardly any money in my business, but I've got this group offering, and it's like, you might be like, well, actually, I want to do this group offering. I don't want to do what Rachel says. And there's a couple of things. Is that this is just me delivering some information. You've got to decide what's right for you and what's in alignment for you. Alignment's always really, really important. But one of the crucial things for me as a business coach is to ensure that you are set up for success, that you're not setting yourself up for failure. And that is why I'm saying that, wait until you've got a bigger audience and a greater authority in your field before you do the group offering. Wait until you've worked with lots and lots of one-to-one clients so you can really understand what works for you and what they need as well. I see and hear all the time people who've had like this great idea that they're going to do something, but they've not checked in with their audience that is actually something that they want. So it's a really, really crucial element to like creating offers. So the final pathway is a pathway where you are generating consistently in your business 2 to 3K a month. That's juicy, isn't it? That's a nice place to be. And this is where you are ready to leverage. You are really ready to take your business up to the next level. And the kind of key word here is leverage. Oh, Melissa, it's such a shame that you lost connection, because I was talking specifically about kind of your business then, but yes, of course you can catch up on the replay. But the kind of, when you're in the third pathway, it's a really nice place to be. You're generating 2 to 3K consistently a month. So your key word here is leverage. And it's even about bringing it, it's probably about building your team at that point. If you haven't already started to add some support to your business, there's only so much that you can do as an individual. And when you've already generating 2 to 3K a month and you've got desires to generate more, it is probably the time to bring in some, start to build that team. Even if it just starts with a little bit of support here and there before you actually go out there and actually bring in more team members. So the kind of key business strategies for you to be focusing on is scaling your business. Now, you probably really want to increase your visibility. So this would be a great time to be a guest on a podcast, because you've got that authority. People know who you are. People want to hear your story. It's probably a great time to do some collaborations with other people. You will be seen as an expert in your field. So, again, this is a great time to maximize that, get some PR around that. And this is really a time to build on that reputation and authority. Maybe by now you've got really brilliant at launching and selling. Maybe in those launches you actually bring on former clients who talk and you're interviewing them, or that you are interviewed as an expert in your field. So the key kind of word for this particular pathway is leverage. It is about really doubling down on your reputation and authority. It means that you can basically go out into the marketplace and generate whatever you desire, because you have got here, because you are in alignment with who you are, who your clients are, what they want, and you've got the reputation and the foundation to be able to go out there and build and leverage your results. And around this time is a brilliant time to either create a new group offering or something like a mastermind or a membership where people are just like, yeah, of course. And you've got the size of audience where it doesn't feel like a hard slog. And around this kind of time, you generate 2 to 3K a month, you might want to start to bring in experts that help and support you with launching, with selling, so that you can make it even more seamless. So has anybody got any questions about these pathways? So just to recap, is that you've got your 3 pathways. You've got your 0 to 1K a month when you're generating that level of income. You've got your middle pathway, which is your 1 to 2K a month. And then you've got your pathway where you're generating between 2 and 3K a month. And, really the kind of key offers are 1-to-1, maybe your first group offering, and then, membership, mastermind, that kind of really juicy, high investment that people want. And if you've got a kind of more product-based business like Melissa, that is definitely about building your team. It's about really freeing you up so you can focus on the things that you want to do. And it might be that you even start to look at employing somebody who's on a similar level to yourself. They are the CEO, but maybe you need to bring in somebody else, maybe an investor or a co-partner, somebody who's got a different skill set to you, that's actually going to help you take your business forward. Okay, so brilliant. So Helena says, I'm in the 3rd pathway. I'm hoping to automate lots of things before bringing people on to work with me. Brilliant. This is absolutely perfect, Helena. So you've recognized that you're in the 3rd pathway. You're generating that consistency, and this is when you are looking at bringing in your membership. So it's absolutely the right time to do this. And it goes right back to what I said right at the beginning. Is the work that I do with my clients is to actually look at the whole picture rather than just selling you a course on how to create group offerings. It's like, well, let's look at when is the ideal time for you to actually bring that on board. Because, you can make it really hard for yourself, or actually you can make it a lot easier and ensure that you have even greater success when you work through these pathways, most definitely. And there's no finite period of time for you to do this. It's not like this is 1 year and that's, another year and so on and so forth. You can escalate through these really, really quickly. Within the document that I've created for you, there is like a section right at the end where there's an action part where you're identifying what the key actions will be for you over the next 3 months. And I'm obviously, very keen on action taking, very keen on goal setting. So let me know if you've got any questions. And certainly, if you want any ideas about how you can kind of increase your reputation, your visibility, how you can get clear on your messaging, that's something that I can help you with. Brilliant. So Helena, you're right on track to actually then, go into the next pathway, which would be about generating that 4 to 5K a month. And, that is a time when you're really looking at lots of exciting things. Also, we can talk about that in the 5K Club, which Helena is a member of. So any questions about this content? Anybody think I'm wrong? I'm always up for a good challenge, most definitely. And anybody who's watching the replay back, you can just put #replay. I'll see all of your comments. I'll be really happy to come back to you as well on this. So, okay. Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Melissa. I'm glad it's been helpful. Right, guys, if there are any other questions for you, after this live, I will drop the link in about the live event that I'm running, live mastermind day that I'm running. If you do resonate with what I'm saying and the things that I'm sharing, and you think, oh my God, I so want to move on to the next pathway like Helena, come and work with me. It's a day, it's £150, it's super accessible. Everything in that day is covered, your lunch, your goodie bag, your workbook, everything. And York is such a beautiful place. I've got people traveling from all over the country. And if you do need an overnight stay, there's lots and lots of great Airbnbs that don't have to cost you a fortune to stay in either. So, any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll let you good people get on with your day, probably giving you lots of food for thought. Don't forget to download your resource. It's in the files section in Live Your Abundant Life, so that you can actually download this, print it off, work through the boxes, to kind of digesting everything that I've said, and think about, where you are and what you need to put in place in order to make it happen. And I know sometimes when we're stuck in our business, we can be looking for that one solution, that one kind of shiny object. And the key thing for you to understand, if that is where you're at, is it doesn't exist. What exists is having knowledge, is having the right mindset, is having the ability to call money to you. And it's about doing the work. And and as scary as that might feel right now, if you did the visualization exercise with me on day 1 of the Wealth Workshop, you saw your future. It's programmed there within you. And the only person who's stopping that from happening is yourself. But you can make that happen. If you can see it and if you can anchor it in deep within you, you can make it happen. You can be just like Helena, just like myself, where you're making that progress, you're moving your business forward, you have that clarity, you have that focus, you can cut out all the other kind of noise that there is online and focus on what you need to bring into your business to make it the success that you want it to do. And you can do this. Every single person here can do it, unless you're still hung up on finding the coach that's going to fix something or the program that's going to fix everything. It's down to us, and we can do it. We are capable of amazing things. You already have done amazing things. So that's it. I'm going to say goodbye, and I look forward to connecting with you again over in Live Your Abundant Life. Bye for now.